Good morning. This is Judy from Artistic Artifacts, and we are located in Alexandria, Virginia. And we welcome you this morning to our Facebook Live. As always, we will start with announcements, and as people join us, what we have going on right now is we have stockings that have been created by our staff here, and they actually have some gifts that are inside. So this year is a little different. We have the stockings. They are up. The $10 donation for each stocking gives you one chance to win. Now, those donations, 100% will go to Food for Others, and which is National Capital Area Food Bank. We actually try to donate as much as we possibly can to that because we just know food insecurities are just so high and it reaches to everybody. And so that is our way of supporting our community. We do have those up there. And then when you have the drawing, which is going to be December 13th, that we will take all those names that put in $10 for my stocking and pull them out of the hat and say who's going to win. And then there's a choice of whether it's a mixed media bundle or a sewing bundle. So we, in the past, have had the stockings be very, very, we have put what the bundle is out so you can see it. But we thought, well, why remove the surprise to that? Because it is a surprise. So that will be what happens. So on December 13th, Saturday, Facebook Live, we will award the stockings. We are happy to ship them to you if you are not able to come to the store and pick them up. If you would prefer to donate $10 to your local food bank, I'm sure that they will appreciate that. But this is what we're doing. Every year, the staff gets together and creates these stockings. It's a real pleasure for them to do it. A little stressful, but they like doing it, and it's our way of bringing a community together and making a larger impact in a social problem that we have. So, if you can, please donate. If you can't, that's okay too. Take care of yourself. We have a big sale coming up. We are going to be open the day after Thanksgiving. And this is the first time in years that we usually withhold that day for family, but we're feeling like we have a lot of sewing machines that we need to offer you. So we have previously owned machines, Berninas, and some Burnett's. And Burnett's we are discontinuing here at the store. But they are trade-ins, because we accept trade-ins on new machines every day. So those trade-ins that come in, if they go through a total tech repair, refurbish, clean oil and adjust, and if we feel that it passes our high standards, then we will offer it as a previously loved machine. And I can tell you, all the machines that get traded in do not make the cut. So this is a collection actually that we have had for several months, about 36 machines. And then also the other thing to know about us is our floor models are always on sale. So if you come in and ask for a trade-in price or a floor model price, we can give that to you. Kyle's going to show you what we have on the floor. And we actually have some long arm floor models as well. So we have some sit downs, a hoop, a studio frame, and a pro long arm frame. So those are available as well. So that's kind of a big deal. And I know everybody wants a list. We have machines that are similar to the 1008 models. They could be 30, 40 years, but they're still working, up to we have some 790 pluses. We have some 570Ks. So we have a broad spectrum. We will have a list on Friday morning at 10 o'clock when you come in, but we are still working really, really hard to put this sale together. So just come. I'm sure we can get you connected with the right machine for you. Now, I have my coffee cup this morning to remind me to tell you that the gift giving season is coming up, the holiday season. So if you would like some logoed Artistic Artifacts products, merch. Okay, merch.
We have merch.
We have merch. Okay. We're rock stars now. We have merch. Okay. There we have it. So it's a great gift especially for those of you who support Artistic Artifacts and have us marked as your favorite local quilt store. Even if you are in California, we can be your local favorite quilt store. The other thing I want to remind you of is wood blocks. We have some. This is what I did in India at one time, and maybe Dave did it, or maybe I did it. But it's to remind you that the wood blocks are always a great, unique gift to give to somebody. And of course, we have fabric and thread, so you never can go wrong with those. So what to give a creative person who you think has everything? I'm sure we can help you with that. So, all right. The other thing that we do, and this is becoming,
sorry, there's one question in the chat that we need clarification on, and I don't have the mic. Is there CC?
CC?
Carol, could you ask Carol to repeat?
Carol, can you tell us what your question is? Can you buy a sewing machine with a credit card? Yes, you can.
Okay, well,
all right, Carol, come back. We just need some clarification. There is, but what you actually did raise, even if you didn't know you raised it, is that we do not have Bernina financing on any of the previously owned machines. They do not allow us to do that, but a credit card works. So, if that wasn't your question, tell us. All right, so we have a winter solstice sale that is in the process right now, and you need to be on our newsletter list to find out what that is. If you come into the store, we can definitely point it out. It changes every Wednesday at 5 o'clock. So this time, what is in the solstice sale is some Finnabar Prima products that are paints. So this one is on sale. The Sparks paint is on sale, and her liquid acrylics, that is on sale. Some chipboard, sorry, the tissue is not. Stencils, TCW stencils and Finnabar stencils and chipboard. So I don't know about you, but I get stuck in using the same products all the time. It's my comfort zone. I always go to Artistic Artifacts paint. I use it on paper. I use it on fabric. I love using it on the jelly plate. So Sharon challenged me to try the Prima paints. And I gotta tell you, some of it's pretty fun. So what she has done, and we were very lucky to have Finnabar teach here for once, and we're hoping she's going to come back. But so we brought on her products, and one of the paints that she has is called the Sparks, and that is one of the ones on sale. And what it does is it has a metallic to it, and it's very opaque. So here's one. So what I did was I tested on these little cards to give you some samples. So this is a gold Sparks, and I painted it around this napkin. So I applied the napkin and then let it dry and then put the Sparks on it. And it really is a nice, thick, sparkly paint. Kind of liking it. So it's fun. And it comes in 2 6-packs. which one is this? Sparks. So I think that, yeah, there's multiple options, but they do come in the 3-packs of colors. It's just go with it. You're going to want them all, I can assure you. This is a different Sparks. I don't know exactly which color that is, but you can absolutely see the mica in there to make it sparkle. And it's really pretty wonderful. So there's that one. Now,
how did you apply it to the napkin?
Okay, so what we did was, as I said, I have these funky little, these were like cards. So I made my own tag. So, cause I didn't have tags. So I made my own tags. And, so what I do is, I love napkins. I love tissue paper. So when you use a napkin, there's multi-layers in a napkin and you have to peel them off and get the printed label. The other thing is that I always looked for tissue paper, but commercial tissue paper that you find in the wrapping store tends to tear a little bit. So my new total complete love is these Paper Artsy tissue papers. They're a little bit stronger. So what we're going to do is I'm going to soft gel is my favorite glue. You can use any kind, but what the soft gel is so if you're used to using matte medium to apply your papers and things to your mixed media, this is a little bit thicker and it's less water and it's not going to rip as much. So, and I have sacrificed a cutting mat and a few gift cards that are not valid anymore. So I put a little bit of glue on that, and I am going to probably cover this whole thing with this napkin. And it's okay if I put something in the back. Sometimes it comes through. So let's see. I love the little nesty thing here. All right. So this joke is when I go to my friend's home, I have one friend that's very, very Emily Post. And so she always has really nice napkins in her bathroom. And when she goes to, after I've left, she's like, where's all my napkins? I took them. I take them. I just take one, honestly. And I tell her she has a very good choice of napkins. So, all right. So I have this on. I've used soft gel. I don't worry about putting soft gel on the top. So let's see what colors we have. We have this Sparks, and I'm actually using a brush, which is not my norm, but I felt that it allowed me to control this paint a little better. So let's just put, and it takes just a smidgen. So see, you can see now we have these. And it's very creamy, and it does add some texture to it. And I'm loving this whole Sparks thing. So now the other paint that she has is this one is her liquid acrylics. And these are going to be a little transparent, which is another thing that's kind of nice, because you can use your transparency on top of things and still see where it is. Can see underneath it. So All right. So I just put it on. Now, I would say one of the things that I find is that if I have, it's better to let this dry. Sometimes that's not always possible because if you're me, you want to keep just going. But that is, so what this is, I'm going to just give you a little bit, is you can see the difference in the paint. So this is going to be her liquid acrylics, and let me just show you how thick. Use a different color. See how creamy that is? That is a little bit thicker. And when you're using it in backgrounds, you can see a little bit through it, but when you're using it in a small place, like we did with the circles, it becomes very thick and nice and creamy. But, you know, the paint plays very nicely together. All right. Any other questions at the moment? And I just, you know, I don't waste anything, so this just becomes a new background. And maybe I need a little bit of that here. Now, I'm not really a drawer, somebody who's comfortable drawing, so I like to buy things that have pattern in them to give me some guidance. So, oops, that was not the right.
All the usual suspects are saying hi.
Hi. Good. I'm glad you're here. So, napkin. Now, let me tell you about this paper. I said this is like my new paper artsy paper. And it's stronger than tissue paper. I don't know what the difference is, but it's really quite nice. So, and of course I've picked out the bird pack, which is in stock. I checked to make sure that I wasn't just teasing you guys. So I did this piece where I tried to use a stencil, not a stencil. I tried to, what do we call these things? Where are they? It's a pomegranate, but it's different than a stencil. It was a little cutout that was like this, and what I found is that when I used stencils with these paints, it took a little bit more attention. No, that's the stencils. That could have worked though, but yeah, you're right. So even when I'll use a jelly plate next and I'll show you what I mean. They kind of slide a little bit. So it was a little tricky, but I want to show you the difference in this tissue paper. I wish I could, it's just got a different quality to it. It's definitely thicker. So, where's my little, here, we'll just use this one that we did. So when I'm using, you can put this soft gel on your card or on your item that you are placing. It doesn't matter. Maybe just the size of it. All right. So I just moved that a little. I would not be able to do that with regular tissue paper, and I'll show you. It is definitely stronger, and it's on there. Now, put a little paint on this tissue paper before, and we're going to use it on this one. So if I put some soft gel on the back of this, watch, it won't do it, but so I got it there. And I use the credit card to try and keep things thin. It'll tear when it's wet. See how it tears? All right. I swear the paper artsy stuff does not do that. Not a big deal. I searched all over the world for tissue paper, but so you can just keep layering it. but it definitely will give you a little bit of a tear. So it's just knowing what you're looking at. And that's one of the reasons why I do not use matte medium anymore. It's too watery. It tears things. It's just was more frustrating than I thought. And I didn't really understand soft gels and the whole golden gel thing. And I didn't understand it when I first started in this business. So what it means is the matte medium has the most water in it. Soft gel has less water. It's all the same glue. And heavy gel is less water. So the less water you have, now you can start creating surfaces in 3 dimensions, and it's going to stand stiff, and it's going to be able to be workable. That's all of this whole range of mediums. It's all about how much water is in them. I don't know what the scientific answer is. I don't know what the fine art answer is, but that's what I have found. And less water is usually better. All right, because you can tell I'm really being quite specific about what I'm doing. Not so. Anyway, so that's the tissue paper. Now, we have small gel plates. I love Artistic Artifacts paint for gel plate, the fluid paint. That's my favorite. So what I did was I tried to do a couple things. So as we said, stencils are on sale. TCW stencils as well as Finnabar stencils. So this is a TCW. They come in 6x6 and 12x12. We've been carrying these stencils probably since the beginning. So TCW and Mary Beth Shaw's company, Jamie's company is TCW. Mary Beth Shaw is Stencil Girls. They both put out some really great stencils. We just don't have room to carry all of the stencils. So I'm going to put this stencil down. I'm going to take a brayer. I have the liquid acrylics. And I'm going to
Crystal says she puts that on everything.
This glaze? Yeah, I just is amazing. It is glaze-like. That definitely is the. So this does not have a lot of paint on it. So I can put my cardstock down. It did a little better, but it's not as clear cut as say maybe some other paint, but it's just giving you a different look. So this is Fresco Finish paint, which is a paper artsy product that we have because of Seth. He's led us to this great paint. And you can see that's a different texture too. So, and acrylic paint is all a water-based paint. It all works together, except for maybe not that mushy. And I'll keep just using it until I get a good stamp on it, because you always can put more paint on everything. It's all good. So, never waste a thing. So there we see it's got a little bit clearer detail to it. So it's going to give you a different look, which is all good. So let's see what happens with this one. Now I've peeled the stencil up and I still have paint hidden, and it's going to give me another look. So I just keep going. because I'll eventually paint over this or use it somehow so you can see. But I guess this is a little bit thicker, less fluid paint, gives me a different image than, say, this. But, you know, that turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So there you go. Now, let's see. The other thing that we have on sale is this Stencil Butter. So Stencil Butter is, to me, creamy. It has some depth to it and texture to it. So this is coming off of the paper, and I put it through a stencil. Yeah. Can you more?
Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, okay. He's trying to show you the depth. Okay, close enough? Okay. So the other thing about the Stencil Butter that's different is that it is considered a paint also, that it acts like a paint. And let me see if I can find. Okay. So what I did was I took this piece. Hopefully I brought that stencil, but if not, we'll find another one. Okay, yes. So what I did was I put it down on my gel plate. And it comes out of the very thick. But so let's see if we can, if we treat it like a paint, it's going to have a coverage. And it's very creamy. And so it can be thin, it can be rubbed down. Okay, so that's one thing. Now, I can put it through here and brayer it. So I have it. Again, it thins down enough that it's okay to do that. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that didn't work. Let's try a different one. Too much. When you're working with jelly jellies, plates, and paint, it's kind of like three bears. So here we got, you can see it. Sometimes it's too much paint, sometimes it's not enough paint, until you get just right paint. And I'm telling you, that's how you learn. Maybe if I rub less. So I wanted the numbers. They're kind of backwards, but here I can do these numbers. And this stuff you want to wash. You want to wash it pretty quickly. So let's go for the right direction numbers. There we go. And that is putting the stencil butter through the stencil, pulling the stencil up, and then printing. So the stencil butter can act like a paint as well as creamy. And that's a TCW product. Lots of colors. Lots and lots of colors.
Too close.
Too close?
There it is.
All right. Good? Okay, then the other thing that we have is chipboard, which chipboard has been around for a really long time. And I'm just getting the hang of it. but there is chipboard here that comes. It's a lot of artists do this. It's a way of adding dimension, and it's usually this color. So if I was to paint right over that, I'm going to not get the true color that I want. So I painted mine with this white. And one of the things that was very interesting that I learned from Finnabar is she coats either with black gesso or white gesso. And so that gives her a base for, and then she coats the whole assemblage that way. And it kind of conforms and brings it together and unifies it. So I thought, oh, well, that was a very interesting lesson to learn. But then I also thought about what do you want to do? Like, there's a lot of colors that you have to put white under it to make it really shine. So this paint is what I would consider a heavy, very thick paint. And so it comes out even thicker than all the rest of the paints that we have. And this is not the store cutting board, I can assure you. Everybody that's, I've sacrificed this cutting mat. So you will not find this on the cutting board when you come. So by putting a base on here, it's going to show the color better when I actually go to paint it. So let's, that sparks. And it's going to give me it's just better to pre-paint it. And that was the whole idea behind gesso. But you can use a thicker white paint as a base without going to a gesso. Does that make sense? All right. Are there any questions, Kyle? No? Okay. So that was going to be my next question, was that. All right. Okay. The other thing, this is the rust effect, and there's 2 packages of this. I'm sorry, this is not included in the solstice sale, but it gives you a grainy texture through a stencil, 3-dimensional. So I wanted to show you that. I wanted to, so why am I doing these cards? Well, many years ago, I still keep this. I have samples of things, of different products that we had. And I have inspirational quotes and things that I got from Liz Kettle. She's my buddy. So every once in a while, I kind of look at this and read the back of the card and go, okay, yeah. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to make a new card deck. So let's see what we've got here. And I'm going to make a document and I'll post it. That just has a few things like every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once somebody grows up. Pablo Picasso. If I create from the heart, nearly everything works. If from the head, almost nothing. Marc Chagall. So I have a few of these that I've stripped off of other posts on the web, and I will add them. So I'm going to, Kyle, come around, and I'm going to try to put the ones out that I think are ready for prime time. So there's white paint right there. We're going to put that down. So these are some of the ones that I did as I was practicing for you guys and getting the hang of it. And so this is actually something that I did as a card, but I'm going to split it because I thought maybe it would be better. This one. And it's kind of, this one I love just in its simplicity. and here and here. So what I'm going to do, I thought I did that and I didn't. Where did I put the one I finished? Okay. Oh, here. So what I did, and this is really easy, just use what you have, is there's a hole punch somewhere. Just cut the edges off if I want to make it look like a tag. Here's the hole punch. And there we go. And I have some dyed binding tape. And I now have a card that I made up from items that I had. And so then on the back, I will put my inspiration, or on the front. It doesn't depend, depends on where you want it. And so I'll have kind of a new tag deck. So, and I think playing with some new products, if you're able to do that and add them to your existing ones, is really a fun thing to do. And if you play, I mean, I make mistakes. I make them on video, but I learned something from them as I do them. So I will definitely use this paint interspersed with my favorite, which is the ArtisticArtifacts textile paint. But I will add some of this with it. I can assure you that there'll be some of it in my paint bin at home so that I can use them. So any questions?
Yeah, is the gel plate just waiting and drying?
Gel paint is waiting and drying, and the way they get paint off is you let it really, you either got to do it when it's wet or when it's really dry. You use packing tape, and you lay the packing tape and it'll peel the paint up. But all of this stuff really should be in a bin with water, like right now. So I'm not the neatest person. And the stencils too. Whenever you're using this kind of stencil butter or the rust effect and that kind of thing, you need to, if you want your stencils to not have layers and layers on them, which I don't care, sometimes you can cut them up and use them in your artwork, then you're going to want to wash them pretty quick, or have a bucket of water near where you're working. So I'm just one of those people, I could almost put my brush in my coffee, and I really don't want to do that. So. All right, so there you go. I have challenged myself to try a new product, and I'm kind of liking it. So I hope that you have a creative day. Remember our stocking donations, and I wish you a fabulous weekend.